Tennessee rises to the top with the most COVID cases. A man faces a fourth-degree assault charge, and SpaceX launches amateur crew into orbit. That and more today on APSU TV News. Welcome to APSU TV News. I'm Bea McRoberts with this week's news. Tennessee is now ranked first in the country for the new COVID-19 cases per capita. Researchers with Johns Hopkins tell the AP that nearly 1 in 81 Tennesseans has had COVID-19 in the past week. The average number of daily cases has increased by about 90%, or 5,600 cases. Many of the new cases involve school-aged children. Clarksville police detectives are asking for your help to find a missing teen. Investigators are looking for the 17-year-old boy named Fabian Lloyd, was last seen around Todd Drive last Sunday. If you have any information, please contact Detective Hurst at 931-648-0656, extension 5263. You can also call the TIPS line at 931-645-8477 or submit an anonymous tip online at p3tips.com/591. Kentucky Wesleyans released a statement after a man is facing a fourth-degree assault charge stemming from an incident earlier this month. Daniel Crabtree is accused of spitting on KWC student Armand Childs and allegedly using a racial slur. Jordan Yanni has the story.
According to the police report, Childs accidentally cut off Crabtree while driving on Kentucky 54. The report says Crabtree became upset and followed Childs to a restaurant parking lot where he allegedly opened the driver's side door and spit on Childs while calling him the N-word.
It just happened so fast, and I just couldn't believe once it happened. I was just like, it just really just happened. Like, it was almost like you see things on social media and you be like, that'll never happen to me. But when you're in that moment, you really never know, like, what you'll do.
A video recorded during the incident by Child's girlfriend went viral on TikTok.
Once I reflected on the situation and seeing how things went down, I watched the video over and over, and I feel like my generation needs to know that we need to let our egos and our pride, like, we just need to put those things aside. Because had I retaliated the way people are saying they would have retaliated, you never know how the picture would have been painted.
Some people were upset by Child's lack of reaction. He says the best choice for him was to take the high road and remain calm.
The individual, he also had the opportunity that I had to reflect and also think, what do I have to lose if I get out this car and harm this man? I'd rather them be hurt by me being spit on this video than them to see me on an obituary or in a mugshot.
Middle Tennessee State University officials are seeking permission to strip the name of a Confederate general from one of its buildings. The Associated Press reports the University Board of Trustees voted unanimously Tuesday to send a request to the State Historical Commission. The request includes removing the name of Nathan Bedford Forrest from an Army ROTC building on campus. A previous university request was denied by the commission 3 years ago. New members have joined the commission since then and approved the removal of the bust of Forrest from the state capitol. Hundreds of strangers gathered to pay homage to a hometown hero who was killed in a bombage last month at the airport in Kabul, Afghanistan. Gwendolyn Dursey has the story.
Thank you.
Those are two simple words, but mean the greatest.
It's two words military men and women will say you can't tell them enough.
Thank you.
Army hero Staff Sergeant Ryan Knaus receiving endless gratitude from strangers like military wife Amanda Ellis, who knows sacrifice firsthand. She says it was worth an hour drive to be here, extending support.
Once you join in pretty much any branch of the military, once you join, you become family to strangers that you've never met before. And so I guess we're just here to be part of the family.
There are other ways people are showing their support. Flags and salutes lined the route that ushered Knaus' body into Gibbs High School's gym. A public service held inside the school stadium remembers Knaus.
I don't think there's anything more patriotic that you could do on this day.
It just kind of hits home.
Hundreds learning about the kind of person the 23-year-old was.
He was a great person. I mean, it's sad that all 13 had to go the way they did.
His first sergeant speaking to a crowd, commending his leadership, confidence, and brave heart that helped save lives. For that, people continue to say those two simple words.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for Claire Zelley with Political Corner after the break.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far. A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other
on a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes!
Make a plan today.
After lying low for much of the coronavirus pandemic, North Korea's Kim Jong-un is back with another attention-grabbing stunt. A dangerous weapons test, which many believe is an attempt to steer President Biden's attention towards Pyongyang. CNN's Brian Todd has the story.
A show of defiance and military ambition from North Korea's menacing young dictator. Kim Jong-un's forces have just test-fired a new type of long-range cruise missile, according to North Korean state media, which published pictures of a missile flying off a mobile launcher and a missile in mid-flight. The North Koreans claim the missiles flew for more than 2 hours in oval and figure-8 patterns and landed in the sea more than 900 miles away. Experts say these cruise missiles cannot reach the continental United States, but pose a danger nonetheless.
What that means is bringing into bear U.S. forces and our allies in Japan, South Korea, and all kinds of other places. So now we have to worry about North Korea that has, yes, the ballistic missiles, but also the drones and the cruise missiles. And all of that added together is a complex and integrated attack, whereby they can come in from all different directions, all kind of trajectories and altitudes, and construct an attack that's much more complicated to defend against.
The cruise missile test comes just days after a spectacular and bizarre midnight parade through Kim Il-sung Square in Pyongyang. No missiles on display. Instead, a canine squad, a unit in orange hazmat suits, and an image that stunned analysts. Kim Jong-un looking strikingly thinner than he had just a few months before.
Is it really in North Korea's interest to show to the rest of the world that Kim Jong-un is shedding weight? And if that has, health issues, then how is North Korea going to manage succession, the internal stability, and all these other issues that are going to be important to countries like the United States and South Korea.
Kim was even shown in propaganda footage appearing to enjoy a bright green drink with a twisty straw. All part of what looks like a reemergence of the supreme leader on the world stage, following the height of the coronavirus pandemic, when he sealed off his country to everyone, including China, and following Kim's high-profile summits with former President Donald Trump. Kim tested shorter-range ballistic missiles earlier this year. The missile tests, the slimmed-down look, analysts believe could be a calculation from Kim to steer President Biden's attention his way.
We have to think about the atmospherics now, where we're all consumed by the pandemic. The United States was also involved in the pullout of Afghanistan, so North Korea knows that the United States can't give it the due attention that it wants. The best thing that he could do now is to continue to basically poke the needle in our side to remind us that North Korea remains a persistent threat.
Tennesseans impacted by last month's floods may now apply for emergency food assistance in their communities. The Department of Human Services says people living in Dixon, Hickman, Heuston, and Humphreys counties are now eligible to apply for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. You must apply to get the help and show documents verifying a loss of income due to the floods. Humphreys and applicants have till Friday to be accepted into this program. Dixon, Hickman, and Heuston counties have all of next week to submit applications. Mayor Joe Pitts has appointed Linda Guerin the new Communications Director for Clarksville. Linda is well acquainted in communications and public relations and has an outstanding record of working in military public affairs. Mayor Joe Pitts said, Guerin is replacing Richard Stevens, who retired in August after 5 years in the position. The father of a 5-year-old boy with autism has been sentenced to 51 years in prison for his role in the child's death. The Associated Press reports a judge in Dixon County sentenced Joseph Daniel Tuesday. Daniels reportedly admitted to assaulting his 5-year-old son, Joe, who was nonverbal. The young boy was reported missing 3 years ago, but his remains were never found. Daniels later retracted his statement and accused his wife, Crystal Daniels, of the assault that resulted in his son's death. Crystal Daniels faces charges including child neglect. The Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency says Henry County is the 9th county to have documented cases of chronic wasting illness in deer. Henry County also received a report of a 3-year-old doe that was underweight and acting strangely. TWRA officers say that this illness causes the nervous system to deteriorate. Therefore, the Tennessee Wildlife Research Agency warns residents in these 9 counties to avoid consuming sick deer meat. Chester, Fayette, Hardman, Haywood, Henry, Lauderdale, Madison, Shelby, and Tipton. People who live in those counties should be cautious of the disease's transmissions by bodily fluid or indirect exposure. That's all for Political Corner this week. Emily Waldon has the weather after this break.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back.
when you want to talk, I'm here.
The black truck? Hey,
Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Welcome back to APSU TV News. I'm Emily Waldon with your local and national forecast. Let's first take a look
Where would your friend?
at our today's highs in Tennessee. In Clarksville, we are at 80 degrees. In Nashville, we're at 83 degrees. In Memphis, we're at 81 degrees. Chattanooga is also at 81 degrees. And Knoxville is at 85 degrees. For the lows today in Tennessee, Clarksville is at 68 degrees. Nashville is at 70 degrees. Memphis is at 73 degrees. Chattanooga is at 70 degrees. And Knoxville is at 67 degrees. Currently, it is showering outside and is 78 degrees. Winds blowing southeast at 5 miles per hour. Precipitation is 45%. Tonight, you'll see scattered showers throughout the night. 68 degrees, winds blowing east-southeast at 3 miles per hour. Precipitation is 55%. Our current national temperatures: in New York, we're at 74 degrees. Chicago, we're at 83 degrees. Atlanta is at 76 degrees. Dallas, we're at 88 degrees. Denver is at 62 degrees. Los Angeles at 68 degrees. And Seattle is at 57 degrees. That's all. And let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. Friday, it'll be showers with a high of 80 and a low of 68. Saturday, expect to see scattered thunderstorms with a high of 80 and a low of 67. Sunday will be scattered thunderstorms with a high of 79, a low of 68. Monday, it'll be scattered thunderstorms throughout the day with a high of 80 and a low of 69. And Tuesday will be scattered thunderstorms throughout the day with a high of 81, a low of 58. This is all for your local weather. APSU TV News will be right back with sports.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner!
Go. Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family. Yeah! Oh, I thought you were on my team. Wait,
Welcome back to APSU TV. I'm Jahmar-Perkins, and this is the Sports Zone. The Austin Peay State Governors went on the road to Oxford this past weekend to play the Ole Miss Rebels. They were handed a 54-17 loss that brings them to 1-1 on the year. The Governors' offense played well, led by quarterback Draylon Ellis and running back C.J. Evans Jr., racking up a total of 404 yards. The Ole Miss offense, however, led by Heisman hopeful Matt Corral, was just too much for the Governors' defense. This week, our own Jeff Matthews sat down with Austin Peay's head coach, Scotty Waldon, to discuss their matchup with the Rebels.
Hello, Governors, and welcome to Inside the Film Room. Jeff Matthews, and with me, as always, head coach Scotty Waldon of the Austin Peay Governors. Yeah. Coach, a tough loss, 17-54 against Ole Miss this past Thursday. Can you talk to me about the feelings around that, but then also some of your biggest takeaways from that matchup?
Yeah, Jeff, good to see you again this week, and really excited about the trajectory of our team. And even after a loss, I'm still excited about it. Not just because of the type of players we have, but the type of leadership we have. And obviously, we're never going to celebrate a loss. I mean, that's something where we expect to win in everything we do. We understand we played a really good opponent in Ole Miss, a top 25 program in the FBS. Probably going to compete for the SEC championship. I mean, their quarterback is the real deal. I think he's got a chance to play at the next level for sure, and as do several of their guys. But the biggest message to our team right now is we would be remiss, and I think we'd be missing the point if we didn't learn from failure. We talk about all the time in our program, failure is growth. Like when we lose a game, that's not final, that's not, oh my gosh, the world is ending. That is a chance and an opportunity to learn and to grow. And that's what we use this experience as. And we saw the film where you can't make some of the mistakes we made against a really, really good football team. If you do that, you're probably going to come up on the short end of the stick. But I'll say this, there is not one player, one coach that walked in to Vaught Hemingway Stadium that was timid, that was scared, that the moment was too big. Everybody walked in there expecting to win, and we threw just about everything we had at them to go capture a victory. And hey, we came up short, but I'm proud of our football team because they fought from the first quarter to when things went the wrong way all the way to the fourth quarter, and they never wavered in that. And that's when I think that's a sign of a really, really strong football team and strong leadership, and I'm really blessed to get to coach these guys.
The Governors will play their first home game of this season Saturday at 2 p.m. against the Morehead State Eagles. The last time these two teams faced off put the Governors on the map with a 78-40 victory for the Govs that led to students on the field and the goalpost on the ground. As we move to the hardwood, the Austin Peay Lady Volleyball team played 3 games this weekend at the Indiana State Invitational, going 1-2 with losses to Western Michigan in straight sets, and the host of the tournament, Indiana State, 2-3 in 5 sets. Their lone victory came against IUPUI 3-1 in 4 sets. The star for the Lady Govs was junior Michaela Powell, as she was named to the Indiana State All-Tournament team. She recorded 32 kills and 10 blocks. The Lady Govs will have their final tune-up this weekend at the WKU Volleyball Invitational before starting conference play later this month on September 24th against Morehead State. Moving on, the Lady Governors team played host to the Evansville Aces as the game went into double overtime and ended in a 1-1 tie. The lone Governor's goal was scored by Claire LaRose, and our own Jay Ingersoll talked to Claire after the game.
Our fans are always such a big help. They're always so supportive. Yeah, we love having them in the crowds. They really do help a lot when they come out. It was a great through ball, one of my favorite balls ever, from Anna. It was at the perfect timing. I just timed my run, and then I looked at the net, and I blacked out, and I tried to slot it in. I'm looking forward to our conference games. I think we've played some challenging teams at the start, but I think it's only preparing us for conference, and I think we're going to have success.
Now let's hear from Coach Kolarova.
Yeah, I think fans in the stands makes a difference. You know, it's a really neat environment to play in at Morgan Brothers Field at night and under the lights, and you know, that alone is super fun. But when you get the fans out here supporting the players, it makes a huge difference, and I think that the girls feed off of that energy. I mean, we played hard. We fought hard. We possessed the ball fairly well, I think, better than we have in the past few games. And we've been working on that. We've been working on switching the point of attack. We've been working on linking passes, and we try to do that all over the field. I think playing out of the back, playing out of the midfield, you know, in the offensive third. And tonight we did a better job of that in the past few games. So I was really pleased with the girls.
The Lady Govs went on the road and defeated the North Alabama Lions by a score of 1-0. The only goal of the game was scored by Alec Baumgart, which was her first goal of the season. The Lady Govs will continue their Alabama road trip with a matchup against Alabama A&M the 16th before coming back home to take on North Dakota. That is all for sports, and we'll be right back with APS TV News after this break.
Worried your friend's struggling but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could write him a text or knit him a sweater. If you can't be together, you could write him a letter. Whatever gets you talking. Whatever gets you talking. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You could ask on your couch while you binge watch. However you do it, you gotta ask a friend. And if they don't share, you can ask again. Whatever gets you talking. Whatever gets you talking.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
You can get a boost for your health in the middle of the week, when most of us need it most. Student Affairs is hosting free wellness events every Wednesday from 11 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. The event is held in a tent near the Art and Design Building. Everybody is welcome to participate. You can find all of the updated information and descriptions on P-Link. Tomorrow is Carbon Monoxide Day in honor of 5 friends who were killed by CO poisoning on September 18, 2011. Visit our Department of Communications Facebook page for tips on how to keep you and your loved ones safe from carbon monoxide poisoning. Two contestant winners, a healthcare worker and their sponsor, were sent into orbit on SpaceX's first private flight. The Associated Press says no professional astronauts are on board. Yet the amateur crew is currently orbiting 100 miles higher than the International Space Station. The Dragon capsule will be spending 3 days circling the Earth before landing off the coast of Florida. A major city project has an animated name, and one lucky person will get to stay in a giant peanut. Coming up in today's Take a Look at This.
Idly-ho, neighborinos! Simpsons fans will tell you there's no one friendlier than Ned Flanders, Homer Simpson's high and mighty, happy-go-lucky neighbor. Maybe that's why officials in the city of Portland, Oregon, decided to name its newest bike and pedestrian bridge Ned Flanders Crossing. The $9.5 million project is the latest in a series of projects in the state, honoring TV's longest-running show and its creator, Matt Groening, who's a native Portlander. I mean, the new Flanders Crossing is centered along Northwest Flanders Street, which features the Flanders Neighborhood Greenway. So, for better or worse, every pedestrian Portlander can be a Flander.
Flanders.
Hi-ho, neighborino!
Shut up!
Okay, now, Paige. A cartoonish Airbnb property available for rent in England offers guests more than just the bare necessities. This whimsical property's design is based on the home of that lovable literary bear, Winnie the Pooh. Availability is limited, but this unique Bear B&B can sleep up to 4 guests who can also enjoy locally sourced honey-inspired meals during their stay. Yep, everybody's a character. Over in Minnesota, one lucky Planters Peanut fan will win the chance to stay in Mr. Peanut's Nutmobile. There's only one 2-night stay booking up for grabs for the 26-foot-long Peanut on wheels, but the winner will only have to pay $3.59 for the stay, the same cost as a jar of Planters Peanuts. So if you're willing to shell it out, I say go nuts. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Yeah, so what'd you think about that game at Ole Miss?
Oh, it was pretty good. I'm really glad that Austin Peay made a touchdown.
I am too. I know, that says something for us. Go Govs. I'm so proud of them. They did great.
What about the weather?
Oh, just a bunch of thunderstorms and scatter storms throughout the week. Man, I just missed that sunshine, but it's still going to be up in the 80s as well. So we'll see. Maybe it'll cool things down for next week.
Oh, most definitely. I was going to say, make sure to bring your umbrella this weekend because you don't want to get drenched.
Exactly.
So, I'm very much looking forward to fall. We got fall coming up in a couple of weeks. It's about halfway through the semester now.
Yeah. Can you believe it? Man, time just flies by fast.
Yeah,
Can't even believe it.
Having fun.
It is. That's very true. We've got a lot of activities going around campus as well, so it's really exciting to get to see everyone again after a crazy past couple of years it's been.
I was going to say, I believe the football game's coming up too. So.
Yes, there is. Family weekend is this weekend. I hope you all have a great weekend, family weekend. I'm excited to see my family this weekend as well. I hope you all attend the football game as well. Make sure to bring an umbrella. I think it's going to rain.
Yes, most definitely. All right. That's all the time we have for today. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at APSU TV Clarksville and Instagram at APSU_TV. Thank you for watching APSU TV News. And as always, let's go Peay.